Hey everyone and welcome back for a new week on Infinite Magicraid. We are gonna have a new banner this Friday with excellent and supreme wishes with bad heroes only. Yes, for once we are not gonna have good heroes, but this is not bad. I am seeing that there are many poop reactions, but in fact, why are you angry about that? It's okay, you are gonna be able to save your stones for once and use them on another better banner. So you are gonna have more chance to drop the heroes you want, and this is gonna be better in my opinion, right? So you are gonna have Aiden, Melia, Betelgeuz, Sinton and Eather, Dorian, Hardak, Eather and Reeves. We are gonna talk in detail about the heroes in the banner, but before I have to quickly talk about Aptoide. If you are spending in a game, make sure that you are using Aptoide. Basically, this is the equivalent of the Play Store and the App Store, but they are taking less fees than the other stores and they are giving you some cashback on every purchase. For example, without my promo code, you are gonna get up to 16% of the money spent in cashback, and you are gonna be able to reuse that to buy other packs. If you are using my promo code, you are gonna have 5% extra cashback between May 1st and May 7th. So without my promo code, if you buy a pack for 93 euros, you are gonna get 15 euros in cashback around that. If you are using my promo code as well, you are gonna have not 15 euros but 19 euros in cashback. If you have any question, feel free to contact me. My ID Discord is in the description below, and you can find a video guide on how to install and use Aptoide in the description as well. So if you want to spend, for example, to buy one of these new kind of packs we have in the game, that one for $1, that one for $5 and that one for $50, you are gonna have a ton of things inside, and look at that, it seems like they want me to buy that pack to try both Funny and Days. I'm saying on all my videos that I don't have them, and every time now we have only them everywhere. I don't understand that. And you even have Aiden, he is in the banner of this Friday, so if you want the first copy, you just have to spend like $55, and if you want to buy that, you need to buy the previous ones first. And then you have other stuff as well inside. You have many things to upgrade your echoes, and you have many aura runes multiple times, a mythic dragon scale, and you have another series of pack at the right. So there you can have a regression potion. You have that one for $10 with some legendary penetration set and supreme runes, and then for $70 you have a limited echo, a full devouring set, and an A mythic blessing. And on the last pack for $100 you are gonna have 2 A mythic blessings. And look at that, if you want stats today, you just have to buy blessings. In fact, look at that, this is insane. You are gonna have like 50 more speed, 2 times on one hero, or 30% HP, and if it was an S, you would have 50% and almost 90 amount of speed. This is crazy, and look at all the effect hit. You need stats, you just have to use your credit card and you are buying stats directly. This is the game today, and you are going to be able to get a limited hero, and you have all the limited heroes inside. Even Beatrix is inside of the chest. So in fact, if you missed one copy of Beatrix in the past, you can buy that copy for $170 today. And you are going to have a ton of extra stuff as well. So today apparently it looks like that. You don't care about spending everything you have to acquire the hero directly exclusive 3 on a banner, because 2 weeks after or 1 month later you are gonna have a pack with 1 copy inside and more packs over time, so it's gonna cost less money in fact to acquire the hero over time than just spending everything to have the hero directly exclusive 3 on the Miracle banner apparently. And in fact, you can just buy everything you need today. So you want stats, you buy blessing first, you buy stuff after, you buy echoes after, and you are broken just because you spend in the game. You don't need to farm, you don't need to play the game, you just have to spend and you are the best. You are the best. The credit card is the best. Aiden is a recent hero. He is not that great in my opinion. He has a pretty unique kit, but the way it's supposed to be played, you need to die or to have someone who dies in your team, and so he's gonna cast the ultimate on the opponents. So he is great in a Suicide Squad if you want to use him with Nilua and Popper, but outside of that he is not gonna be that great. He's gonna increase his damage over time, and he's gonna be immune to controls thanks to his passive, and he's gonna have some counter attacks. He is gonna have some decent damage, and he is one of the only hero who can trigger internal injuries. So maybe I am wrong saying that he is a bad hero because I haven't tried him yet in a real PvP battle, but as far as I tried him in the hero trial, he wasn't that efficient. You can have a look to my previous video when he was first released, and so you can judge by yourself. The next hero in the banner is Melia. She is an HP burner hero, and she's gonna help you a lot in the Faction Abyss to clear the stage 30. If you have a look to players' lineups, she is in every lineup with Hezonja. This is the best thing you want to do to clear that Faction Abyss. Of course, she's gonna be great in the Tower of Mark and in the Dwarven Ruins to clear the stages until you reach the stage 30. After that, most of the bosses in the Dwarven Ruins are gonna take less HP burning damage, but she is still gonna be great versus Marius on stage 31-32 maybe, depending on the heroes you are gonna have, but she's gonna take multiple turns, and so she's gonna start losing buffs, so she is probably not the best hero to use in there. She can be great in the Wuthering Coast, in your HP burning team, depending on the heroes you are gonna have. For example, this is the team I'm currently using today. I have Anhijin in the team, but if you don't have Anhijin, but if you have the other heroes, you should have almost the same score at the end. I saved the gear of my Anhijin, I'm gonna go on my Melia, and I'm gonna equip the gear that I had on my Anhijin. I'm gonna equip the same echo as Anhijin. She has no aura at all and no blessing. Let's try with her instead of Anhijin, and this is the final result, so this is really close. But I have a mastery aura on my Anhijin and some blessings, so this is close to be the same. Then you have Betelgeuz in the banner. He is a good hero. He is not the best, of course. You have many supports that are way better than him, but if you don't have any better solution early and mid game, he can do the job. He has an attack up 40% and defense up 60% for all your heroes with the first active skill. He can heal passively your heroes after taking 5 basic attack or skills, which is pretty cool. And if you have the exclusive 3, he is also gonna proc a shield 20% of his max HP on all your heroes. And this is great to have a passive shield on your heroes. It's gonna be especially good for the Faction Abyss. If you have the exclusive one on the ultimate, he's gonna have a chance to reduce the attack of all enemies in front by 40%, and without any exclusive at all, he is gonna increase his HP by 50%, and he's gonna have a chance to provoke all enemies, and so it's gonna be great to clear waves in dungeons and in the Faction Abyss, and the Tower of Mark as well. Depending on where you are situated in the game, early and mid game, he is a good hero. And in endgame, in the Faction Abyss, he can help to pass the stage 30. As you can see, some players used him in their lineups. Then we are gonna have Sinton. And no, this is still a bad hero today. You are not gonna use him even after his buff. He is gonna deal a bit more damage than before based on his defense, but this is still not high damage. To give you an idea of his damage, okay, look at the coefficient. 60% def damage for 2 turns on the ultimate, 255% on all enemies with the first active skill, and almost the same on the basic attack. He's gonna have some damage increase against provoked enemies, 40% more direct damage, but it's not gonna make a big difference. If you have a look to Brynhild, for example, she is gonna deal 180% defense damage to a single enemy, every enemy in fact, when she counterattacks. And you know the damage, this is clearly not a lot, right? So imagine the damage Sinton is gonna do, this is gonna be really bad. So Sinton, absolutely useless in every content. The provoke is really bad today, it needs a change. Provoke, let's be honest, nobody is using that today, and nobody ever used that. Maybe on beta, it was great to have a Sinton when we were playing 2 years ago on the beta servers, because that was a great control debuff at the beginning. But today, it's the worst control debuff we have. And then you are gonna have Eather. She is a good support in many content, but in endgame you are gonna use her absolutely anywhere. Maybe in PvP, depending on the team you are gonna use. If you pair your Eather with Brynhild, passively, Eather is gonna increase the defense of all your heroes. She is also gonna protect your heroes with the Seahorse. The Seahorse is gonna have an ally protection on every hero in your team, and he's gonna tank the damage for your heroes. It's the equivalent of a shield, in fact, on Eather. And once the shield is broken, the Seahorse is gonna die. and then you are gonna need some time to summon another seahorse. This is how Eather works. So you have a good team in PvP, and I'm using that in the War of Thrones and in the Championship with Brynhild inside. So let's check what it does. And by the way, let's check the damage of my Brynhild. This is the counter attack, so imagine the damage of Sinton. And that was Eather, did you see that? Remove buffs and stun the target. Now I don't have a seahorse anymore. And so it's gonna be harder to kill them. But I still have my NG3 and she is gonna do the job, in my opinion. Eather is dead. And the team is gonna die as well in front. So, as I said before, Eather can be good to increase the defense of your Brynhild if you have a Brynhild, and protect a bit your heroes. It's too situational in my opinion. But you can find some Eather to protect your heroes in the stage 30 of the Faction Abyss. So Eather is a good hero for that. Then you are gonna have Dorian, Hazier, Hardak, and Reeves, and the 4 epic heroes are bad today. Don't build them if you have them. And we have the return of the world boss, and apparently using the same team as you are using on the Wuthering Coast seemed to work. So I'm just gonna do the same. So let's use that team. This is my main team. Normally I reach around 9 billion damage in the Wuthering Coast, and I'm far away from the 9 billion damage in there. But you know what? I'm a bit lazy, so I don't care that much about the rewards I'm gonna have at the end. So I'm just gonna pick the same teams as the ones I'm using in the Wuthering Coast. So there we go, my direct damage team, 4,400,000. And I'm gonna end with my HP burning team, 1,300,000. And so I have around 10 billion damage. I'm top 20 and I'm happy with that. You are gonna have the individual ranking, and this is where you are gonna have the main reward. 10 miracle runes if I stay top 1, and I think I will. Sorry guys, I have a Kraken account. Then on the event ranking, this is what I'm gonna have. There is a pretty good difference between the top 1, but in order to be top 1, this is just impossible to reach. You have to spend crazy amounts, so I'm really happy with what I'm gonna get, to be honest. I'm not gonna complain about that. And then with my guild, this is what I'm gonna have at the end if I stay top 1. I don't think we will stay top 1, but at least the top 3 is still pretty cool. So guys, before ending the video, let's check what I'm gonna have this week in the Endless Cloister. So I made some multi-battles and I was able to obtain that. Only one viable blessing, 8.5% mastery, mythic C. Now let's have a look to my blessings and the difference you can have between the different mastery blessings. This is an S legendary, 20%. This is a mythic, 8%. Disgusting. This is the equivalent of an A epic blessing, and the epic one is a bit better. So let's check now what am I gonna have in there. And another rank C mythic provoke. The worst I can have. Look at that, 14% provoke hits, 7% confused hits, and 3% silence hit. Nobody is using that today. So guys, that was all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I wish you to have a nice day, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.